Hey moms, welcome back to Momma's Me, and today in our Drink With Us we are doing fish bowls.
So since we're technically in spring, what better beverage to kick off spring with than a fishbowl? This is a literal fishbowl, by the way. It came from the beta section at the Mart of Wall. I mean, how else are you going to have a fishbowl? So we are not going to drink this whole thing, probably.
We're also cutting the recipe in half.
We are. The recipe we have is actually, it's like a party recipe. It's for like a big dispenser or like a giant like punch bowl, fish bowl. So we're just going to cut it in half.
It's like 12 cups of liquid. Like, it's a lot.
8 servings, I think it said.
8 servings, yeah.
It's a lot. So, the ingredients are blue curacao, vodka, light rum, lemonade, pineapple juice. And we've got some Swedish fish and some fresh pineapple we're going to pop in there for effect. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And also some ice. We're going to start with the ice, right?
No.
No?
No.
Not starting with the ice.
Okay.
What website did this come from?
Delish.
Delish.
This is where most of our future ones have come from because I found a bunch of really good ones at one time.
Yeah, there's a lot of pink ones coming up. Pink is very summer appropriate, okay?
Pink also typically means sweet, which means I'm more likely to drink it.
That's also true. Here we go.
All right.
What are we starting with?
3 cups of lemonade.
3 cups. Of lemonade.
I don't like Minute Maid.
That's okay.
I'm not bougie. I just don't like Minute Maid. So this is the lemonade that I got.
I like this Simply. I actually really like lemonade from Chick-fil-A. Do you like their lemonade?
No.
Oh.
I know that's like blasphemous to say, but I know like it. I like flea market lemonade.
Sour.
You know the lemonade you get where it's got like 30 cups of sugar, a half a lemon in it.
It comes from the little cart that looks like an actual lemon.
Those are delicious.
They used to park those where we're from. They used to, and maybe up here too, I don't know, in other places. They used to park it out front of the Home Depot.
That's the best kind. I guess they do it at like fairs and carnivals and stuff sometimes too, right?
Well, that's true, yeah.
But that's my favorite kind.
3 cups of lemonade.
Yep. 1.5 cups of pineapple juice.
Okay.
I have to remember when I'm telling her that it's half.
My gosh.
Of the actual recipe.
Also, if you get the pineapple juice in a can, make sure you use an actual can opener. Like the one that pops the thing in there on both sides.
We used a screwdriver.
We did. It worked.
And a metal cup as a hammer.
Do as we say, not as we do sometimes. All right.
Pineapple
juice.
Mm-hmm. 1/2 cup of rum.
Okay. And?
1/2 cup of vodka.
Okay.
And then whatever half of a half, 0.25 cups of black queso. Sorry.
A 1/4 cup?
That's the one.
All right.
0.25 was what was in my head, so that's what I said out loud.
All right.
I'm only dumb at math.
It's all good.
I don't think it's going to actually be that strong, though. Maybe?
I don't think it's going to taste very strong.
Okay.
But I think it probably equates to a couple of shots per drink.
You think so?
I think so.
It's usually fine as long as you can't taste it.
All right, here we go. I guess we could have moved this so you could see the liquid going in. My bad. All right.
All I smell is the pineapple juice. It's not
Pineapple
because Melinda
juice.
spilled some on the table opening it either.
What do we do with that towel?
Now you can do your ice, and then you put in your
You know, I
snackies.
guess we could have fit a whole. We're not going.
We're not
to.
going to drink a whole one.
No, no.
though, because it's
This
the
is
middle of the day, and I have work tomorrow.
well. I guess this is bigger than I thought it was, though.
Yeah, well, and anything in a shape that's like not normal looks way deceiving when it comes to that kind of stuff.
That's also true.
I guess we don't need that anymore.
What?
My phone.
No. All right. How was your week?
There's already ice all over the floor.
It's not important. We had to break the ice up.
Man, you could have used that as a great intro. Sorry, we're just breaking the ice. Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity. But if you see it in another video, don't mind this, okay? You just pretend like it's original.
That's right.
All right. You think that's enough? We need more.
The liquids are all cold, including
Yeah.
the liquor, except the
I
rum.
mean, the vodka came out of the freezer.
Yeah, so it's super, yeah.
I think it'll be, let's put a little more.
I
Good
moved it
measure.
over a little too far for my comfort zone.
Okay.
So I wanted to find sharks, but I don't go into grocery stores anymore. And I didn't know what to search to make Kroger give me blue sharks, so we got Swedish fish.
Swedish fish are fine.
I like Swedish
Those
fish.
are all for you.
I'm putting them in the drink.
I mean, I know that, but I'm not going to eat any.
You don't like Swedish fish?
I don't. There's something about them I don't like. What color you want?
It's probably the wax. Blue.
Perhaps.
Blue or green?
Let's do blue and green. They are not floaters.
No, they're
What
heavy.
happened? Maybe I can get them to come up to the top.
Yeah. They're not in the top of the picture either.
Well, that's probably why they're like the gummy ones were probably in the.
The sharks, I don't think those are.
Fine.
These are hunks.
Yeah, girl. Smell like pineapple?
It smells like pineapple I wouldn't eat.
Oh, so does not smell very. So here's the thing. I don't eat fresh pineapple very often.
I'm just gonna do like one more.
Okay, it's cool. We probably should have poured the fish on top of the pineapple. It's
They
too late.
still would have slid off
I'm
and went
not
to the
reaching in
bottom.
there. All right. I mean, it's pretty.
It is pretty.
It would be really pretty in one of those like big dispensers with like some fake sharks. Blue green.
I don't care. I bet if we had used shitty Minute Maid lemonade, it would have been a little bit clearer. You'd see the fish.
Maybe.
Because pineapple juice and the lemonade are cloudy.
They are cloudy.
That's why you can't see it unless you.
And I think in the picture, I think it's pretty blue, isn't it? Not quite this green, but that's okay. This actually
I kind
reminds
of want
me.
to see it. Let me see.
We had a.
Yeah, it's a little more blue.
little
But
more
but you know
blue.
what? You can't see the fish or the sharks in this either.
Oh no, I guess you can't.
They went straight to the. I think
And they
they're
put
just
lemons.
for fun effect.
They put lemons in
and
there.
limes, but
Yeah.
nobody wants that.
Oh, pineapple. It's a summer drink
Why did you say it like that?
because it's summer.
Like you're from the valley.
It's not summer; it's spring. We said this was a springtime drink. All right, here we go. Yeah, bring it closer.
Yeah.
I mean, is she good?
It's a little boozier than I thought it was going to be.
You get
That's
some
super
hints.
yummy, though.
You get some hints at the end, like when you breathe. Other than that, it tastes like pineapple juice.
It does. I love pineapple juice. The little bit of taste of the blue, though, makes me want to throw up. But other than that,
How do you even taste the orange in there?
I don't know. I just do. It's probably a subconscious thing. There was a really bad night that involved blue carousel, the blue thing. And
It was a blue drink in general. I think there were other blue things in there besides just blue carousel.
I don't think so. But
Wasn't it one of those?
all I'm going to say is if you vomit blue 2 days in a row, it kind of makes you not want to have blue ever again.
There was pineapple in that drink too, actually.
You don't know that. You weren't there.
We talked about it.
No.
Was that a different time?
This is a drink called a Blue Valium, and it came in like a giant martini glass because it was thin, so it wasn't like a margarita glass. It was a thin martini, but it was massive.
I'm thinking of a different time. She also doesn't drink. We used to drink pineapple rum.
Pineapple juice with flavored rums. I would get like passion fruit rum or the different ones like that.
Yeah, but she doesn't. The pineapple rum, though, shouldn't drink that at all anymore.
You know what would make this better?
Cherries?
Sprite.
You want a Sprite left in that
It's
cup?
flat now.
Oh.
I just like carbonation. Carbonation just makes me happy.
It's good. I definitely like it. Carbonation would be good in there.
It's weird because sometimes it tastes
Even
more like
ginger ale,
lemonade.
Maybe not ginger ale.
No.
7-Up was what I was thinking.
7-Up. And then sometimes it does taste like pineapple. Like it goes back and forth.
Yeah. It's good. I think we could recommend this one.
Yeah. Is it the vodka that I taste the most, I think?
Yes. I taste the vodka.
As mixed as it is, every sip tastes different.
It does.
It's weird.
I mean, and it's definitely mixed. Also, probably the fruits in there, sometimes when you have fruit, like it blocks it, or where the ice cube, I don't know that it's being like...
What would really be yummy is if you took a bunch of fruit like this, and cherries too, and you just left them in the liquid like over like a day, and then you drink it, add ice and drink it that way.
You could do that. You could take just the liquors, maybe the clear liquors. Take just the...
Not the blue. Yeah.
No. Take just the vodka and the rum, and then soak some fruit in it, like for 24 hours.
And then it would be even better.
Dump out all that in there.
It's very pretty though.
It's very pretty.
And this little divot is perfect for the
For
straws.
straws. If we had some umbrellas, but they wouldn't be long enough.
No. But this would be good for 4 people to share. Yeah. Seriously. Like you could
I
put 4 straws in this bitch and
This
have...
is 4 servings.
Technically.
This is 4 servings. I mean, back in the day, we would drink this all...
Maybe we could... Well, no. I was going to say, maybe we could have this next weekend. I was like, I don't know about that. Just looking at it long enough gives me a headache. It is giving me... It's really refreshing. I always like when drinks are refreshing over strong. Like I know people give other people a really hard time about drinking things that taste good versus things that are boozy, but it's so much nicer to drink something that tastes good over something that just has like a ton of liquor in it.
I do agree with that. Like when I want to taste liquor, I'll take a shot.
Sure.
Or...
Oh, ice scared me. I was like, well, that's really cool.
Or I'll drink a glass of wine. You're not drinking wine to taste grape juice. You're drinking wine because it tastes like alcohol. Or beer,
Unless you're me. I drink wine because it tastes like carbonated Kool-Aid. The kind that I drink.
She likes the bubbly Moscatos.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. But, I mean, no, it's good. I definitely foresee us making this sometime over the summer.
Yeah. Oh, you know what a good topic for this is? Oh, well, we were just talking about upstairs about, like, our kids not listening to us.
We could talk about that.
They drive you to drink this whole thing by yourself.
You know what? Maybe. We could talk about that if you want to.
So Oliver will be 3 in May, the end of May. And I've always thought that he's pretty good, not without bad days, obviously, but I feel like he does okay. But lately he's gotten to where he's like this master manipulator, where he like really likes to push boundaries, and he just needs to do one more thing before bed or one more thing before taking a nap. You preparing to talk? Is that why you're drinking so much?
No. I'm actually, as I'm drinking it, I'm getting different layers of drink.
Weird.
Every sip, even though it's like
Did
a
you
constant...
swoosh it?
I did. It's just how this drink is made, I guess. You get some sips, you get more pineapple. It's totally mixed together. Like, these don't separate. These aren't... with the kind of juice that it's in.
Well, I think you can tell it's mixed just by the the consistency of it.
Yeah. These liquids don't separate from each other. Oh, I got a little Swedish fish that time. Sorry. Carry on. Yes, so master manipulator. Do you have more? We got a cat here and there. It's not important.
It sucks because he's like so cute. And I want to give in. It's hard because you can't give in.
It's really hard. And
you have to pick your battles, which we've discussed before. Like, you really do have to decide what's worth putting yourself in that position to fight with them, because I don't care what anybody says. Not everything is worth it. No. It just isn't. Like, who wants to be angry at their child all the time? Like, if you feel that way,
there's some other stuff going on.
Yeah, I feel like some other choices need to be made there. But
we don't have advice for that, but I'm sure there are professionals that do.
Yeah, because you absolutely should not be angry at your child all the time. And you don't want them to be sad all the time either.
No.
Or mad at you, because we've gotten to that.
So, yeah. So one of the things that, like, I don't know if she's manipulating all the time. There are some times she gets the things where like at bedtime. Nap time's a little different, but at bedtime sometimes she doesn't want to go to bed and she says, "I'm hungry." And I'm like, you literally just ate dinner. So I'll give her like a cup of milk. That's our compromise. Is like, Mommy will get you some milk. Okay, because she's not actually hungry.
She just wants to do something.
Sometimes she does suck down like a half a cup of milk though, and I'm like, maybe you were a little bit hungry, but milk is okay before you're going to bed. You know what I mean? So, like, we do that sometimes. Like, I'm not starving her, I promise. But, like,
No.
it's really just an excuse of, like, this. And now, we used to, when she was really little, not really little, but I guess at 2, we stopped doing this. We stopped reading books right before bed because we think it was not calming. She loved...
Too stimulating?
Thank you. It was too stimulating. So reading the books before bed, we stopped doing that and she started going to bed better. Like falling asleep a little bit quicker. So now she tries to get us to read books sometimes, and if it's early enough, we will. But then I'll let her take a book to bed and she'll stay in bed with it, which is good. But like that thing right before going to sleep is finding another thing, one more thing. I need to go yellow. That's what she calls peeing. It's yellow. So like and then she does go, but it's like she makes herself go. Like she probably was fine, but I'm not going to tell her she can't use the potty. You know what I mean? Like that's definitely not something I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But the big struggle for us right now is candy. It's candy season. We had Valentine's Day and we had Easter, and that's one of the things we were talking about upstairs too, was like, we don't, like, we still legitimately, we still have candy from her very first Halloween back in 2018. We're not going to eat it. We just haven't thrown it away. It's in the pantry, like up on the top shelf. Like we just don't eat candy that often, and she didn't like it for a while, and now it's like she finds an Easter egg out of the basket that we've tried to like move somewhere where she won't get it. And she finds it and she says, "Candy," when I try to take it away. And so I'm trying to like, what if we do this? What if we get peppers and hummus instead? She said yes to that once. Once. Or I'll try to like, let's get some blueberries, or try to like redirect, because I don't want to keep telling her no, because then she won't listen to no anymore.
No won't matter. Won't mean anything.
Yeah. And what's funny is...
It's so hard because your gut reaction is to say no.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you can say that to adults and they're like, well, all right, fine.
Yeah.
You know?
But with kids, they become numb to it.
They do.
Yeah.
Or saying, don't do that. And what's really funny is that these things were like really starting to weigh on me, and maybe I was talking to Mike about it, and then stuff, because government's listening to us. Stuff started popping up on Facebook, and I got an email about your toddler and saying no all the time. Like from Parenting Magazine or something like that. Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, timing on that's pretty funny. But then there was an article that popped up, and it's like one of those free webinars for an hour on, it's the one that really tries to get you, where it's an illustration of a little girl who's crying on her pillow, and her little teddy bear is crying because you're having a hard time getting your kids to go to bed.
Is it Positive Parenting?
Very possibly.
That's the one I went to. I did their webinar.
Yeah, they have a 1-hour free webinar specifically about being positive with trying to get your children to go to sleep.
But it's only for older kids. It is not helpful for kids under the age of 5, because the steps that they teach for, I hate to say this word, but discipline in terms of like the way to handle the situations, are not going to work with someone that is still learning their language skills, because they don't understand.
Yeah.
But I will say, I signed up for their courses. I have access to their courses. And
you paid for their courses, didn't you?
Yeah. If you go to the webinar, you get like, I don't remember how much off or whatever. Right. Yeah. But it's one of those things where like, it's so interesting, because when we were growing up, my parents were really, my mom was really strict on me. Mm-hmm. And I remember there being times where I was just grounded indefinitely. Yeah. And my mentality was always, well, then it doesn't matter, because I'm not going to get to do what I want to do anyway, so I might as well do what I want to do. Right. And it was so funny listening to a professional in that field say, you don't do that, because then your kids think, well, I might as well just do whatever I want to do. And I was like, that is so true. Yeah. Like, so, but it talks about like, not so much the no stuff, but teaching about communicating in a way that you're able to do punishments that make sense.
Right.
So like if your kid is on their tablet and they're really awful to you because they don't want to get off, taking away the tablet for the rest of the day is a reasonable punishment. Not letting them go to a birthday party that weekend is not a reasonable punishment. Yeah. Because if your children are never going to agree with their punishments.
Sure.
But even children understand extreme unfairness. And if they feel like you're just mean, they're not going to respect what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
In terms of like, no, like you know, this is what you did. This is the consequence. Why would they care about that when you're not respecting them either? Because
Right.
I mean, a tablet argument is not, it's not fair to take away interactions with their friends for that. It's just not. If it's a reoccurring thing or they chunk it out the window of the car, like, I mean, I feel like there's escalations of that if it's this ongoing thing. But I did think it was pretty interesting to hear about that part of it. But that's stuff we won't use until our kids are bigger.
Yeah, we're not there yet. And that's the hard part. And I've read all kinds of different things because I do still get the Baby Center and the Parenting magazine emails from when I signed up when I was pregnant. And some of them are great. I especially like the Baby Center articles, but they're still not always that helpful in the situation because it's difficult to understand these concepts. And one of the things that Mike and I talked about was, you know, she'll be 3 in August, so we're just over 2.5 years old, right? There's still a lot of emotions that she's still trying to figure out, and concepts, and being patient is like one of the best things that we can do. The other night she was getting upset and I just kind of let her sit on the changing table and be upset for a minute, and I just kind of had my hands on either side of her and I looked at her and I kind of nodded my head and acknowledged her, and then I asked her, I said, "Are you okay?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, do you want to rock with mommy?" And she said, "Yeah." And then we rocked, and I just had to let her get her like little crying out. It wasn't a tantrum. It was just these emotions because she didn't want to go to bed, but she was exhausted. Mm-hmm. So, and it's difficult to remind yourself to do that a lot too. Mm-hmm. But
especially in the moment.
Especially in the moment. It can be really, really frustrating.
Yeah,
I've had to take the toy box out of her room. I don't know if I've said that on here before or not.
I don't remember.
She has a toy box in her room, and sometimes, like, because she really just is doing everything she can to not go to bed. That's when a lot of our problems happen right now. She used to be really good, like, go to bed sleeper, but we're still getting used to the freedom of being in our toddler bed, I guess. I don't know. Maybe she's going through things. Sometimes it's great. Other times I take her toy box out of her room because she likes to get inside of it. Yeah. I can't let her sleep in her toy box. I just can't. I probably could, but I'm not. Anyways.
Yeah, I have conversations with Oliver when he's like so upset that I can't understand him, that I just get down on his level and I calmly say, "Oliver, Mommy cannot help you get what you want. I don't understand you. Can you calm down and tell me what you need?" Yeah. And then like, and it worked. Like, people can argue all day long that you have to be mean to kids to discipline them, but that stuff works. Getting on their level, being understanding, being compassionate to the fact that they have feelings, like that, it works, because he responds so much better to that than the couple of times I've yelled at him. Like, he responds so much better.
One of the things I read in that article about choosing when you say no and trying to find compromises and teaching them those kind of things is that no's with children our age, no's and like yelling to stop, that should be like startling because there's an emergency. Like if you're in a parking lot and they let go of your hand and they go, you should be able to say stop. Like yell stop, and they should stop instantly because it's dangerous. Like it should trigger
because they're not used to hearing you react that way. Yeah.
Right. That was one of the big things that I read, and that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the first time I ever yelled at Oliver, he cried for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, Aria did too.
He was really upset that his feelings were, I mean, he was devastated. And it was a safety thing. It was something he was doing that could have hurt him, and I reacted loudly because it scared me, and it scared him, and he had never heard me yell at him before, so he was devastated. It took him forever to calm down from that.
But I mean, that's when it's a safety thing, you should be able to do That. So I don't know. It's all complicated. What do you guys do? How How do you reason with your toddlers, or get them to listen, or whatever? Like, we definitely would like to know. What do you do? Comment down below. I don't know if we're asking for advice. Maybe. But just, I'm curious. What do other people do? Like, it's such a...
Beating, using objects, going to bed without food, and
Yeah.
using soap are not options we would like to hear.
No. Definitely not.
No, we consider those abusive, and we are not interested in hearing those thoughts.
No. Those are not things that
Nope.
we are okay with, even in a joking manner.
Yeah.
Like, I will never wash Arya's mouth out with
No.
soap.
No.
I think that's horrible. And maybe it was effective in the 50s.
It was. It didn't work on me when my biological mom did it on me.
No.
I have horrible language now. It did nothing.
No.
Except traumatize me. So
Yeah. But, like, anything constructive, anything that you think, like, helps, or that you've used or have experienced that was positive.
I've seen some people talk about doing time, like Dawn does, time away, quiet time. It's not time out. It's not nose in a corner, but it's just time to sit and calm down. Like, whatever is going on in the moment is too much. So you need to you're teaching your child to remove themselves from that moment and kind of regroup, basically. So, and there's a couple different ways you could do that.
Whoa.
Well, you spilled pineapple juice on me earlier. I was trying to repay the favor.
I was trying to open the can for us. You just flung it on me.
I was so dramatic.
You know what? Maybe one day we can make calming bottles. Have you seen those?
Calming bottles is something you shake.
Yeah.
That's a
So
good guess.
yeah, that's a
You
good
put beans
guess.
in it.
You can take it's not beans. Although I guess there are audible
I know. My
There-
lid's not on all the way.
audible ones where it's like a rain stick.
These are way too expensive for the lids to not go on like how they're
They may
supposed
just
to.
be a little crooked.
Anyway.
But there's different ones. There's ones where you can put like glitter and sequins and stuff and glycerin in like a bottle. And one of those like Evo, whatever the big cylindrical bottles are.
Yeah.
And you can basically, you shake them and then you have to, it takes 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. You decide how thick the liquid is and everything
floats
falls
to the bottom.
bottom. I've also seen those suggested for autistic children to help them calm down because it gives them a very specific focus where you're watching this and you get to focus on it and it's calming for them. So maybe we can try different things like that. That could be, I don't know if they're old enough for that yet. We could try it.
Mine's going to end up being thrown over the stairs.
Well, that's why I said one day. Just write it down. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe that could be something interesting. We'll see. I'm just going to have to learn as we go. That's what motherhood's all about, right?
Adaptability.
Adaptability. Speaking of which, we hope that you enjoyed this video.
We'll link the recipe below.
Yeah, absolutely. Link the recipe below. It's quite good.
Yeah, but I can already feel a headache.
Well,
Yeah, it's so much fun being me. This was not the case before Oliver.
no.
Nope. Every little sip of alcohol gives me a headache now. It doesn't matter what I do. Yep.
That sucks.
It does.
Maybe we can try some of that stuff that you read earlier. She was looking it up on like why does it cause like headaches and stuff, and there's different things that maybe you can try to help get rid of them or maybe prevent them. I don't know. We'll see. But we hope you liked this video. Definitely give us, hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon so you get notified when more amazing content like fish bowls are released on our channel. Comment down below. What do you do to reason with your children or talk to them? Talk them down? I don't know. Not talk down to them. But like, what do you do in situations where they're trying to manipulate or like be unruly and I don't know, not listening? We would like to know. And make sure you follow us on social media at Mama Silly Me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All right, so we'll see you the next time. Bye, Moms.